Hello everyone. Welcome to a history video where I will explain the dispute between Venezuela and Guyana on the Essequibo territory. So these two countries are disputing a territory called Essequibo Guyana that many years ago was part of Venezuela, and as you imagine, this territory has a lot of natural resources such as petroleum, lots of petroleum, and can make rich to the country that owns this territory. The story begins like 200 years ago when Venezuela gained independence from Colombia, and as you see, Venezuela had the Essequibo territory. The Dutch had a territory in South America called the Dutch Guiana, but after the Napoleonic Wars the British took that territory from them and now is the British Guiana. At that moment Britain was a great empire and they just discovered that in the Essequibo territory there is a lot of gold. So there was an explorer called Robert Schomburgk that worked for the British government, and he went to South America to establish a frontier with Venezuela between quotation marks. But the real thing he made was take all the Essequibo from Venezuela and add it to the British Empire. Venezuela was super angry, but they could not face a great empire alone. So Venezuela asked the US for help, and in 1897 Venezuela and the UK signed the Treaty of Washington, in which the two countries pledged with the decision on the Essequibo to be taken in Paris 2 years later. In the Paris Arbitral Award it was ruled that the border that Schomburgk made was the definitive frontier and the UK had all the Essequibo. But 63 years later Venezuela declares the Paris Award null, but UK denied to make investigations about the Paris Award. But in the middle of a wave of decolonization in the 60s, the UK was forced to sign the Geneva Agreement in 1966, in which the Venezuela's claim on the Essequibo is recognized, and if one time the two countries cannot agree, the UN Secretary General must choose possible solution mechanisms. 3 months later Guyana gets independence from Britain. But in 2018 Guyana wanted the Hague Court to solve the problem of the Essequibo territory, but Venezuela refused, saying that the Hague has not enough legitimacy to solve the dispute. After all, Venezuela and Guyana have never agreed on the Essequibo territory, and the dispute has more than 100 years. Thanks for watching, and if you want to help me you can like this video and subscribe to the channel. Bye.